I've worked with mafias all over the world. I've worked with the Dragon family, the Triads in China. I've worked with the Indian mafia. I've worked with the Russian mafia, the Romanovs. I've worked with the English mafia, the Irish mafia, the Indian mafia in India. Some huge mafias. And I'm good friends with them all. And every single mafia has two rules. Don't lie, don't steal. That's the golden rules. You don't lie and you don't steal. And I remember being told 30 years ago by a mafia boss, Charlie, we can sort out any problem. But if you come to me and you've created the problem, tell me the truth, because I can deal with it. But if you tell me a lie, I'll land up killing you.
Yeah.
Ever so simple.
And they mean it.
There is always this code, and I'll tell you.
They keep their word, don't they, Charlie? They don't. That's another thing about mafias. They keep their word. They're solid on their word.
Well, and it's so true, because a couple of weeks ago, John Podesta got arrested and charged, and his way out was to sing like a canary. And he's basically told as many stories as Ghislaine Maxwell times 10. I mean, the guy's got such a big mouth; it's scary. They've got no code of honor.
I thought that guy died, a couple years ago. But I mean, then he resurfaces, and you're saying he just got arrested?
No, this is the pantomime. This is definitely the pantomime, because the people that we're now seeing, it's like today, the announcements come out in the last 5 minutes that the Queen died peacefully in Balmoral this afternoon.
So there you have Charlie Ward claiming that he works for a lot of the world's big mafias. Now, I'm not sure if I completely believe that he'd worked for all of those organisations. However, it's quite plausible. We do know that Charlie has said from early on that he used to move money around the world for government officials and the elites and perhaps some shady people.
Number 4. Moving money around for the elite. Charlie states that he was involved in moving large amounts of money around for the elite, people in positions of power and government officials. This instantly rang my alarm bells, and it should do yours.
I've worked behind the scenes with government now for at least 15 years, moving currency around the world. And so I've been doing that for a number of years.
I've always been honest.
Between the super rich and governments. And you tend to find that they're both interlinked. And that's, 20 years ago, I suppose. I've been moving money around the world for a number of private clients.
Wow, Charlie. Are people serious?
He then goes on to talk about John Podesta being arrested and singing like a canary, and also finding out that the Queen had died. He goes on to talk about that, and David Nino Rodriguez rightly points out, oh, hang on a minute, Charlie, weren't you saying a year ago that they died? To which Charlie then realises, oh yes, I was saying something else a year ago, and says, oh yes, of course, this is now all the pantomime. So this is all now clones or whatever it may be. Anyway, back to the mafia stuff. So Charlie says that he works with all of these different mafias. Now, I want to bring something to your attention. When I did 30 Reasons I Don't Trust Charlie Ward, one of the first thing, in fact, the first thing that I spoke about was his affiliation, his sponsorship by a vodka brand called Nero Vodka. Now, this is really suspicious because at the time he was being sponsored, Charlie was getting less than 100 views. Now, anyone that knows anything about content creating, YouTubing, people don't sponsor you if you don't have anyone watching your channel. So this was really weird. So what is the connection there?
So, without further ado, this is 30 Reasons I Don't Trust Charlie Ward. Number 1. Nero Vodka sponsorship. Back in early 2020, when Charlie Ward started his YouTube channel, he was only getting a few hundred views. However, he seemed to be sponsored by Nero Vodka from the offset. I find it shady that a brand new YouTuber would be sponsored by a large vodka distributor. Now, Charlie tells us that he has a lot of money and he's living the good life. Why would he need a sponsor for his YouTube channel that was only getting a few hundred views?
But here, where it goes back into the hundreds and the very low hundreds, here, these videos are sponsored. This is sort of before the King stuff kind of came out. Not that he wasn't aware of it, but yeah, just check the sponsor. You know, he's got getting less than 100 views on a video, and he's sponsored by this Rosicrucian, Greco-Roman, Knights Templar symbolic vodka, of all things. Sipping vodka. And to be honest, in a lot of these videos, he looks totally smashed. But here, yeah, we're going down to the hundreds of views, 80 views, 100 views, 100 views, you know. Sponsored by the vodka.
I'm being sponsored by Nero. Premium vodka. What more can I say?
So, very weird Charlie being sponsored by this Nero vodka. Now, I found out a bit about this. I came across this article. Check this out. So this article is in the Daily Mail. Dramatic moment, Spanish cops arrest shirtless member of notorious Kinahan clan who helped crime bosses shift 170 million as one of Europe's biggest money launderers. Now, you may think that in these pictures that I was going to say that this is Charlie Ward. Well, no, from these shots, obviously shirtless shots, it looks a bit similar, but they're not. I'll read on. Johnny Morrissey was arrested in the Costa del Sol after a police raid on Monday. He is accused of helping the Kinahan gang launder £300,000 a day. Spanish police hailed the arrest on the biggest criminal organisation in Spain. The key member of the Kinahan cartel arrested in the Costa del Sol on Monday allegedly helped his crime bosses launder a staggering 170 million in 18 months. Johnny Morrissey, a former Rochdale doorman with an Irish passport, was detained after a raid on his home whilst he was sat topless wearing tropical shorts. Officers were also filmed putting wads of confiscated cash through counting machines and searching cars at a separate address which were allegedly used to move money and drugs in hidden compartments. Detectives say they have smashed the most important international criminal organisation operating in Spain with his arrest, which is said to have laundered £300,000 a day. Morrissey's wife Nicola is the CEO of Glasgow-based vodka firm called Nero Drinks, which was allegedly used as a front for the gang, although she was released after a court appearance yesterday. Spanish detectives revealed they believed the cash had not been physically moved out of Spain but spread throughout the world using an ancient money transfer system called Hawala. And there is a video here of him being arrested. I won't show it. Johnny Morrissey arrested in Costa del Sol while shirtless after a raid by the civil guard. And there he is. And yeah, this is Johnny Morrissey. This is not Charlie Ward. Just a disclaimer. And there, you know, the caption here says, his wife Nicola pictured centre, CEO of Scotland-based vodka firm linked by police to organised crime. She raised her middle finger as she walked out. She was walked out by armed Spanish cops behind him. The pair appeared in court yesterday after spending 2 nights in police custody. I did forget to mention, this article is from the 15th of September 2022. It's only 2 days ago. The informal method of moving money, originating from an Arabic term for transfer and trust involving a network of brokers, is known to have been adopted by criminal gangs who use code numbers or tokens like banknotes torn in half to prove cash is due. The system is widely used in the Middle East, moving payments through a trusted network of agents who operate outside banks that leaves no paper trail. 2 of his associates were also arrested in Spain, including wife Nicola and 1 in the United Kingdom. A spokesman for the Civil Guard said, the Civil Guard, through an operation dubbed Whitewall, has smashed the most important international criminal organisation that operated in Spain dedicated to money laundering. In little over a year and a half, they could have laundered more than £173 million through the system known as Hawala. It emerged overnight. Morrissey, identified by US authorities in April as a key aide of the Kinahan organised crime gang, had been held on suspicion of money laundering at his Costa del Sol home. And there's a picture. Officers were filmed putting wads of confiscated cash through counting machines. A machete was found in the search after Monday's raid. Last year, Spanish police seized 200 kilograms of cocaine and 500,000 euros stashed in cars with sophisticated concealment systems. One of the alleged members of the criminal organisation smashed by police ran a second-hand car dealership. There's a bit here about who the Kinahan gang are. I'll let you guys go and have a look. I'll leave a link to the article in the description. I'll let you guys, if you want to read up on that. Nicola is thought to have been freed on bail and remains under investigation, though although officials could not be reached early this morning for comment. The pair were pictured in handcuffs after their detentions, with Morrissey trying to cover his face and Nicola raising her middle finger to photographers as she was led away. So, I don't think I'll read the rest of it. It's a little repetitive, just having a quick scan through. There's a bit here about some of the other people that were arrested. It does say Morrissey was the first on the list to be arrested since it was made public. Nero Drinks Company Limited was one of 3 companies included in the list and banned from trading in the States. Johnny, who courted celebrities including models and reality TV stars as the ambassador of his wife's drinks business, left Ireland more than 20 years ago after reportedly being involved in a bid to harm a Criminal Assets Bureau officer in Ireland. So, yeah, there's the article on Nero Vodka. It's a company run by the Kinahans cartel, the CEO of which is the wife of this gentleman, Johnny, who was arrested in Spain. So there you go. The Kinahans cartel created the Nero Vodka brand, and somehow Charlie was able to get sponsorship from them very early on. Now, this Nero Vodka brand was used as a cover for a lot of the money-making operations from the Kinahans, Irish crime cartel. Was Charlie associated with them? Well, about a year ago, I had a couple of people come forward to me actually, but one of them said that he worked for the Kinahans. And he told me that yes, they did know Charlie. In fact, Charlie did move some money around for them. However, he described them as thinking that Charlie was a big joke, I think that they said. Also that Charlie had at one point got into a lot of trouble. He'd racked up a lot of debt with them and then disappeared. That's not good. Now, this guy had come forward to talk to me because he had seen my interview with Glenn Ward, Charlie Ward's son. And this is what Glenn had to say about his father. When I asked Glenn about how Charlie had talked about moving large sums of money for elites and the rich around in private planes, this is what Glenn said to me.
No private jets were taken.
So yeah, no, sorry about that. So no private jets. Then just to be clear, you'd been on what, maybe a couple of flights with him, and they were sort of Turkish Air, public.
Probably been about 20, 30 flights with him. Yeah, Turkish Air, Emirates,
a lot.
Into Madrid. Yeah, quite a few. I think I've been to Dubai too many times.
But not one of them was private. All of them were public planes. I'm guessing normal class seating.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, you'll laugh at this. I got stuck in economy while he took business. So he actually stuck me back in economy while he took business. Yeah, a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah.
So you went back to economy and he was flying business.
Oh my God, yeah, on a few occasions. And there's one occasion which we'll go into another time actually, where he sent me back with his PGP, which is an encrypted phone, and I didn't know nothing about it. And he owed some money in the 6 figures to some kind of mafia people, and left me to pick up the pieces, which I was getting death threats for and pictures of my family for. But I'll go into that another time, and the way he handled it as well, because that's one of the biggest things he's done to me, and why I really can despise that guy.
Wow, this is yeah. I don't want you to get angry. I mean, he has dealt with dangerous people. And dealt with money with some dangerous people. You were left to pick up.
Yeah, when I've got a 1-year-old baby or 6-month-old baby at the time, and a wife at home, and I'm getting pictures of them, pictures of my car, pictures of my house. So we've had to go into a hotel, into hiding. And he's come back from Dubai to, should be going back and being a man and sorting the issue out and sorting the problem out. But no, he gets near in Justin, goes off to 2 weeks into England to go to a couple of weddings. And then I'm getting I'm stuck with my family, shitting ourselves, while him and his missus are fucking posting shit on on social media and in suits and having the best times of their freaking lives. So yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry you
what
went through
man
that.
is.
Yeah, that's bad.
No, not fucking bad. It's the most disgusting thing a person could do. Let them to their son as well. That's
Yeah.
why I hate him with an absolute passion.
How old would you have been at the time? Around
We're,
20-ish?
we're not talking. We're talking about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're talking recently. My
geez.
yeah. Be about
Well,
4 years ago. He left.
I mean,
This is where it all came to a head with me and him.
this is where you fell out big time.
No, that wasn't that. That was kind of midsummer. It was Christmas. He we're having we were having a little bit of a joke back and forth on WhatsApp, and I said, it's I said to him about something about it was just a joke, just private joke between me and him, and I said it was like a woman joke or something. I can't even remember what it was. It was nothing major, and he just from one joke to another one just stopped, boom. And he had a go at me about being womanizer and all this kind of stuff. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? Where does all this come from? Anyway, and his jokes about women are horrendous. Like, me and my sister cringe like shit when he's online. Like, we just like, don't, like, shit, don't. And then about 2 days later, he says something about women on his fucking feed. And I'm like,
There's a lot of
"You
sexist
just have a go
comments
at
from
me about
Charlie.
it." I said,
And
"Then you-"
racist ones too.
Oh yeah, he's a huge racist. He's a proper racist, a disgusting twat.
And he used to say the P word quite a lot in his earlier.
The N word as well.
Oh, really?
I literally die inside when he does that. It's fucking disgusting.
So there you go. Charlie and his affiliation with, the Kinahans, and him getting into that situation, not a good situation to be in, and really a terrible situation to leave your son to be in, leave your son to pick up the pieces and be in the firing line, as it were, for your own mistakes. Now you have to wonder, where was Charlie's moral compass at this point? And also you have to wonder, how long, whether it has reformed these days. This was only a few years ago. I thought, was it 10, 15? No, it was only 2017, 2018 that this happened. Is he reformed now? From a bad guy to a good, doing good for the world? Well, I would suggest no. Giving repeatedly bad intel to the point where he starts up a website where he sells this intel. If you're a part of his club, you will find out his secret, super special intel that he gets, which is all repeatedly rubbish. So I would argue, no, he still has not corrected his moral compass. The other thing that Glenn spoke about was the question of whether his father Charlie is a racist. Now I'll show you a clip that was made by the Truth Intelligence channel and let you decide.
We've got hard proof of it in England, where they picked the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, just because he was a Paki. He's absolutely bloody useless. I mean, horrible. They could have put a monkey in that would have done a better job than him. But this is this is the way the world is, where we have to pick a Paki. The 2 white guys scored the goals, and the 3 black guys missed it. And I think that said it all. I've got over 100 niggers work for me, not one of them steals. I've got over 100 niggers work for me, not one of them steals.
Well, there you go, guys. The jury is out. What do you think? Guys, thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to support my channel further, there is a link in the description below. Thanks, guys, and until next time, follow M Seeker of Truth.